Hi, you guys. I'm waiting for Housewife Historian. Oh, there she is. Yay. Let me grab her. All right. Let's see. Hold on. Add to stream. Hey, we're live. Okay, let's see. Oh, she left. Where are you? Jessica, where are you at? Okay, well, I'll take her out until she comes back. All right, so I've definitely had a little alcohol, but we're gonna still try to have such a good time. I have Jess, you back?
Work outside today because I don't usually work this late. And so everyone's sleeping. And I was like, where am I going to film at? My
Oh my
garage
God, I didn't even think of that. I forgot. Okay, well,
No.
we're live. I made us live because I was like, let's get going. You look cute. You look so good.
So do you. You look amazing. How have you been?
I did my Barbie pink in honor of New Jersey tonight.
Yes, I love it. I love it. How many glasses of wine are you on?
Okay, I can't drink wine anymore because I get too messy. So I drink those seltzers, you know, the vodka seltzers, that they sell. So I drink those because I can still function. Oh, my hair is doing a bit. I can still function, you know, because I wanted to play some stuff for you and get your. I know. Reese, I'm definitely sauced. I wanted before I lose my ability to properly run the gossip. I wanted to start off by playing you some crazy shit that that just
I'm
came
excited.
up. Okay, so we're gonna start with the pump affair because so much is dumped even since yesterday, and it's like I can't really talk about New Jersey yet. I'm not ready, you know. So let me just play this one thing that just dropped, which kind of blew my mind. It's Kristen, and she is, I guess, saying that she's saying that Sandoval now is saying he doesn't want to shoot the show anymore, and that Raquel, aka Rochelle, Rachel, because we found out her real name is Rachel, not Raquel or Rochelle. I don't know how you say it, but she's gone home to her parents and she's with her family right now. And she had her lawyer, you know, she had already sent a cease and desist to the personal emails of the different cast members, but she sent additional legal stuff. One supposedly to Sheena saying that she has to stay away from her, that she's afraid of her or something. Yeah.
What? Yes. Oh my gosh. You got the tea over here, Dana. My goodness.
This is new. I was like, I mean, I'm trying to pay attention in New Jersey, but I'm like, come on. Let me see who's got Kristen talking about some of this. Where the hell did I see it? Hold on a sec. I can never find anything.
I'm so glad to come on. I've been telling everyone how excited I am. So I know that we're going to have such a great show. So much gossip.
Okay, listen. I'm going to start this over. And I'm Real Moms of Bravo put this on their feed, so I'll give them a shout out. Ready? Okay. Now I have like proper clips, but this just came in on my feed. So it's
this is like literally exhausting me, the tabloids. So now Raquel and Tom kissed yesterday on camera, supposedly in her apartment, but her narrative from her crisis PR that she's now fired because they said she didn't know any better. Pick a lane, bitch, and make that lane be not in the United States. Bye. Bye, girl. Bye.
Okay, so that's now Kristen has been milking this situation. I've noticed. Have you?
Yes. They all have. I feel like Lisa Vanderpump's doing cartwheels and somersaults. Like she is, you know, it's Big deal.
I was thinking, no, I shot with Lisa in the old days, right? So I
Yes.
know her personality. And I just want to say that I can see her when she realized that she's sitting on this gold mine. It could go like Petong, but for now it's a gold mine, right?
Uh-huh.
And she's waiting for the phone call from Andy because now he needs her more than ever. And her sitting there going like, I definitely don't want to be insensitive to these kids because she sees them as kids, but at the same time, oh my gosh. And then I'm trying to imagine the phone call with Andy and her going, well, Andy, I think I need a full hour to really get everything across from our perspective, and got her own hour on Watch What Happens Live. Like, being blown off because of the reunion, those are history now. He's forgiven it all.
Yep, I agree with you 150%, 1,000%. I love that you said that about Lisa Vanderpump, though, because I often wondered if she was like that off camera. Like, oh, okay. I thought
no,
so,
she's totally, let me take that shot again. Let's do that one over, yeah. I know I'm making her sound like Thurston Howell, but you get the picture. Okay. I can't mimic the BJ from season 3. Couldn't do that again. Maybe after a few more of these. Let me pour myself another one. I could probably do it. I could get there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that
absolutely.
was Sheila that day, but we could try. All right, so now I'm going to play you another really cool thing. I'm going to use tech. Okay. Holy. All right. I'm going to add this to the stream. This is the apology. Wow. Look at me go. Woo. Okay. I'm pro.
I know, girl. I am proud of you. I'm going to turn my camera off just to get my phone situated, but I'm listening. Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm going to read you guys this apology. Yes, David, you're right. Her parents, hi, David. Her parents did hire a lawyer. You're right. Let's see. Reality show gold. Yes, Ida, it is for sure. Yes, a restraining order on the fact that I think Sheena, remember I kept saying on my videos that although some of the cast members were saying that there wasn't a physical altercation, that there must have been because there were so many, like her sister was commenting that there was like some sort of hitting or whatever. And Sheena allegedly was afraid that she was going to press charges or do something. So I think this is more of, she must have really hit her some way, like maybe not like punched her, but like something physical. Okay. So let's talk about, I'll be putting your comments up today because I want, I am legit crazy. Yes, I'm drinking. Okay. So here we go. This is Sandoval's apology. I can stay focused. Okay, ready? And you guys know the criticism in this is that he doesn't say anything about Ariana. Okay. So in other words, like I'm going to make an apology and I'm going to tell everybody to not make bad reviews about my restaurants. Okay. But I'm not going to make any kind of apology to the girl that I was with for 9 to 10 years, because let me tell you something. Let's just say they were starting to have an open relationship, although I'm not sold on that yet. I just saw that in an edit, and an edit doesn't mean anything to me, but let's just say that that was what was happening. He still owed her the respect to not have it come out in the way that it did, and in such an insensitive way. Here, Pam, drink up, ladies. Woo! So you think, okay, this is why I bring this up. Okay, and then I'll bring us back mainstream. A lot of the fans believe that Ariana somehow knew that this relationship was happening and wasn't blindsided, like she said, and that it's being used as a storyline for the show. I disagree with this wholeheartedly. Although I love the super sticker, $4.99. Thank you. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I agree with you. I think that the emotions are so raw, even amongst the other cast members, like Lala. There's no way that they were just going to use that for a storyline, and other casts would have had to have known. But the way Lala, did you see her story the day it happened, and she was ready to torch the mother effers? Like, I fell in love with her that day.
Wait,
I was
when
like,
she was doing her hair.
yes. So when she was getting her hair highlighted and she's talking about torching mother effers and she has permission, and I was like laughing. I thought it was hilarious. So I don't know.
Lala's a little extra. She's a little extra.
I know.
And you know, a lot of people struggle with the commentary from these cast members on this topic because so many of them have cheated, and they've cheated with people in relationships. So it's sort of hard to take the high road when it's the gutter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
We're going to be doing Jersey, I promise, right after this, but I have to get through this. I have to. Okay, so here we go. Let me go like this. All right, ready?
Yes.
Okay, so let me go back to this. And all right. So what did you guys think about the apology? Okay, here it is. I'm not going to read it to you because it's like lame, but here's the gist. You know, I have other people in my business. I have employees I got to feed. Please direct the anger towards me and protect my business. That's the bottom line. This is like a restaurant post. So, so what do you guys? Oh, thank you. Happy birthday. Thank you. What do you guys think?
Dana, is it your birthday?
It was my birthday on March 1st. Yeah.
Okay. Well, happy birthday, sissy. That's amazing. Do you want me to sing you happy birthday in my Marilyn Monroe sexy voice?
Yeah, you could do that.
I'll wait till you're drunk. I'll wait till you're drunk.
Okay, good. Okay. So Pam says, no, she's fighting. And I love it. Go, Pam. Have an opinion and stand by it. I love it. What about the fact that Tom and Rachel spent the holiday together? They broke up, I think, last September is my guess. So I guess there is rumors that Tom and Raquel, aka Rachel, were spending time together. And I guess Ariana must have known about it in some way or another. I mean, but I don't know. Like, what was the proof around that? Can you tell me what the proof was? Because I didn't see it. Did you see it, Housewife Historian Jessica?
I didn't, because I've been so overwhelmed with everything going on top of New Jersey. From my personal opinion, just looking at the perspective, like I said, the emotions are so raw amongst the other castmates, their close friends. I mean, everyone is shocked. You're not hearing anyone say, like, I didn't see this coming. Like,
yeah, that's really true. That's what I felt. I felt like it had to have not been a storyline because so few people really knew about it, except people hiding it. It felt like Tom Schwartz comes off like he was hiding their relationship the whole time, you know. And he was the front man. Thank you, Labitha Bartholomew.
I love her.
I know, I love her too. We talk on Insta. So let me play some other stuff so we could talk about it before I lose my ability to focus, as I mentioned. Okay, so I'm going to do a video file. Let's see if I can. Okay, here we go. And then I got a Melissa one.
Know why I feel like I need to make this clear, but there's so many people right now wondering if this is making me happy. And you guys, Ariana and I've been really good friends for many, many years now. So I am Team Ariana all day, every day. That's what's up.
If you're in Orange County, okay, and you're planning on seeing Tom Sandoval and the Most Extras tonight, don't forget to bring the tomatoes and the cabbage, okay? You want to get a good aim and you want to squeeze the tomato a little bit so it's just a little juicy before you throw it.
Ariana, this is in real time. I love you so much.
This is Kristen being like all over this issue.
Like rolls, and I'll tell people. We got Janet, and Janet's here.
They are.
What?
Okay.
Bye.
Oh my God, the paparazzi! No.
Did you see the photo of them at McDonald's that the paparazzi caught?
The 6 people posted. I never say their name because I can't stand them. But yeah,
Maybe
they were like, where she flicked him off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the story behind that was she was upset with them because they were exploiting her like really badly. Like she was, like she felt in that instance that she didn't want her picture taken, and like truly, and really resented it. And after all the years of the collaboration she's done with that periodical, she felt that that was a real betrayal by them.
Thank you for explaining that, because I didn't know that. Thank you. That's good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Real good.
Because they're connected to Bravo PR, and they're constantly reaching out and saying, spill your tea to us and all this stuff. And they get approved by Bravo PR. And then you go on their show and you give them some tea. And then they don't actually will look at like your 8 things you say of tea, and they'll kind of go, okay, this one we can do. This one we'll get in trouble if we do. This one Bravo won't like. And they filter it, and then they put out like what they want. But that content's all coming from these Bravo celebrities, besides there are other people they deal with. But on Bravo, they're really speaking to them. It's not like, you know, Tom Brady, who's like, I would never talk to them. You know what I mean? Like the Bravo celebrities use that periodical a lot. So that's a real betrayal for them to do that. And I've been through that with them myself personally. But I figured out why they were coming for me, and it was personal. Hi, Peaches. Hi, Peaches.
Peaches. Yes, Peaches. That
You.
is such good tea to know, because I did not know that. After all had no idea. That makes perfect sense. I did remember when everything happened with Taylor and her husband, and when he passed, there was a lot of issues with the paparazzi, and Ronald Richards was giving interviews. Was that around the time that you had the issues with the press?
No, it was actually when it was recent. It was when there was that whole drama with Dorit and I. And you remember I posted like a meme that another Bravo person put that I thought was hilarious, because it was echoing all of these rumors around the weird relationship between PK and Dorit and Mauricio, and like the flirtation that seemed to be getting caught on camera. So I was like, what do you guys think? Why are you all talking about it? And I took that genius meme and I put it up, and it was like a movie poster. And then Dorit like made it like I made it. Like I would bother to make a freaking movie poster about her and Maurice. I mean, come on. Like, I'm a gossip person. I don't have time to like create imagery.
Right.
So anyway, like, I mean, I know she thinks I'm obsessed with her, but anyway, the point is she wrote this long novel under my thing. It would have gone unnoticed, but
Yes.
she wrote like a book. I mean, it was like a book, felt like a book. And you know, that's what got their attention. But then they, you know, although I've done favors for them and I've done interviews for them and given them information they've used for content on their tabloid, they then turned around and used a picture that was intentionally like a bad grab to make me look like a villain, instead of doing 2 images that were like equal and then tell the story. You know, Dana's a bitch for putting the meme up, and Dorit was pissed because of this and feel bad for Dorit, but there they are. They on purpose, like really tried to come for me. And they also mistold the story. They told it like I made it. So they told it like I created the gossip about it, not the fans, and that the meme was mine.
Yeah, I remember that. And you'd gotten it off like YouTube or Patreon or something like that.
YouTube.
Yeah, gave credit to the content creator. Like,
I was like, this is genius.
Obvious. Yeah, it was obvious it wasn't yours, you know.
I mean, it was so dumb, but they didn't report it like that. They reported it so I'd get like a backlash. I just let it, go. Who cares? It's like 10 years in, call me whatever. Okay, Allison, by the way, loved the story this week on the Patreon. Oh, yay. Oh, yay. Thank you so much. That means a lot. It was a really hard one this week. I shared a very, very intimate thing that I've actually never told anyone. Yeah.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, no one ever has heard it.
I'm gonna have to go take a listen. I love stories like that.
Yeah, well, it's a juicy one for sure. I'll see if I can find the heading. All right, well, let me just quickly roll down for everybody the gossip, because I love Cliff Notes, and then we'll move on to New Jersey, because I know that's why most people are here. That's not it. Wait, is this it? I have so many notes. Let's see. Oh, I want to ask you while I'm looking. Do you think Sandoval's really quitting?
No.
No.
They need the paycheck. Just like average people live paycheck to paycheck, the more you make, the more you spend, and they're living paycheck to paycheck too. They are. They don't have.
I think so too. I was worried about the house. I'm like, notice they all got stuff out of the house, but no one left the house.
Right.
They're both like firmly staying in the house. That is definitely happening. Okay. So basically I mentioned all the legal that's been happening. Oh my God, how could I forget this? Tom gets offered, you guys, to perform by an adult website that does, I think, porn, and they offered to pay him like $500,000 to do his concert with his band, because they said they're sure that he's going to get booed off stage and like bad things are going to happen. It was a real offer, and they gave him an offer of like $500,000 to do 12 shows on their online website on this like adult. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was one thing. So what do you think about that? Would you take it? Would you do it?
I mean, he's already basically like the most hated person in reality, TV. Like, you can't cheat and do it with somebody else that's like working there. And like now they're using clips. And
that's the letter.
Oh, Dina, you have everything. Look at this woman pulling this stuff out of like everywhere.
I wish I had it ready for you guys, but I only had time. It takes forever to upload crap in this thing.
I know.
Anyway. So would you take it or no? Would you take it or wouldn't you?
I mean, he's probably going to have to give half to her when they get divorced. I mean,
they're not married.
Oh, I'm thinking that they had gotten married, but no, they're not. Oh, that's going to be a mess. That is messy. Yeah, I'd take it then. I'd take it.
I'd take it too. I think he needs the money.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So let's talk New Jersey, because we've got a bunch of tea to spill. And oh boy, do I have some juicy tea on Jersey. Anybody who wasn't patient enough to go through that process with me is really missing out with the next little bit here. Just saying. Thank you, Pam.
Aww.
Most of the gigs they do now, they only make a couple of grand per gig. I know this. Okay. Thank you for that. I believe you.
Yeah.
And so they should take the $500,000.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if him and Raquel do a sex tape.
I mean, he was already screen recording her without her knowledge. I mean, that's kind of a sex tape in a way. I mean, is it? I don't know.
Wait, was that the? Oh yeah, she said she was going to sue anyone who showed the video that triggered this all, that Ariana saw. that was
Mhm.
recorded without her. How did someone get that? Come on, what?
Well, it was like they were FaceTiming, but he was screen recording. So he screen recorded their whole FaceTime session, allegedly.
I know. All right, we're going to New Jersey,
Yes.
people. You're already
Yes.
over it. God, you move so quick, you all. Hard to keep your attention. Okay, so today's episode, what did we think about it? I'm gonna rock your world with some gossip, but let me give you a clip, and then I'm gonna rock your world with this gossip, okay? Because it's related. Okay, here we go. Let's see if Dana can actually do this. All right, let me move my thing like this.
And Twitter these days that people will send me, that's just nonsense out right now about like Joe and I than ever before. And it's because we heard some family members of ours went and hired you know, a PR team to do a smear campaign. Okay. So that's what I keep saying here. What has changed recently? Who has entered the building? What's all the gaslighting? Why are some of the fans now being manipulated and being, trying to be swayed a certain way? What's different? What has happened? Okay. Open their eyes and see what's happening. We're dealing with a different type of person now. So a lot of different things that are starting to go on. And, I think the people are smart. Everyone out there, everyone who watches this show, I know you guys are very smart people and you see right through a lot of it. So that's what I keep saying.
Always right. And I'm not picking sides. Everybody always says you pick sides. You always rise above, though. Yeah. You do. Yeah. It's like a fact. There's not.
Well, you know what? Narcissists manipulate. And that's what's happening. There's a lot of manipulating going on and trying to, there's a lot of words being used saying that we do things for fame and that everyone knows us. They know our children by now. I've been on the show really, you know who we are. Yeah. We're family people. That's what we want at the end of the day. So, I just keep that in mind.
Okay, there it is. We'll keep that in mind, won't we, everybody? All right, so, okay, where do I begin on this? And then we'll get into, I'm going to let you always do a better recap than I do.
Aw,
so we'll go like, if you forget something, then I'll go. But what I want to say is that it has come out that Louis Ruelas has allegedly started using his digital media company to actually try to, I guess, hurt Marge, not Melissa, Marge. Now, there's been some other rumors that maybe this is also kind of happening too to Melissa, but the actual confirmed gossip that I heard was Margaret, not Melissa. So what I think is Melissa heard what happened to Margaret from Margaret because she kind of got it confirmed and using that to try to buffer the negativity that they're facing. But we all know that unfortunately, good, bad, or indifferent, if you're a Melissa fan, it's unfortunate. A lot of the gossip that's coming out has been around for years. It's just people are excited to talk about it finally. Not like anyone's really, manipulating that situation. What do you think?
So people are always like, why is there a smear campaign now? Like, what's different? Well, there's a couple of things that are different. We have to remember that Teresa and Joe were fighting a federal indictment. So for 5 years, that was just the time they spent in prison between the two of them. Imagine the stress of being on national television, getting indicted, going to federal court. That's not an easy process, Dana. You know that. You're in court, change the court, postpone, paying the attorney, making the trip downtown. I mean, it takes money, it takes time, it's exhausting. I feel like during those years when Teresa had to go away, she comes home to 4 girls by herself, Joe goes away. She didn't have time to be building a platform on social media and Twitter and Instagram. But more importantly, all of the Gorgas shit was under federal indictment, federal charges, you know, federal prosecution. Like, all of the headlines were about Teresa and Joe because of the case for years and years and years. And so it was an advantage for the Gorgas because their stuff kind of fell through the cracks because it wasn't as problematic, or a better headline obviously was Teresa and Joe going to prison. So that's why I think partly a lot of things people didn't know about. And now that they're starting to hear the things and starting to see them, it makes a difference in people's perspective, for sure.
Yeah, and I want to say something that was really intelligent what you just said, because actually Teresa couldn't have any social media or Joe during that period of time, because anything that they said can be held against you. So their legal teams would have said, you can't have a podcast, you can't have a thing, you can't have all those things, because it could put you in jeopardy more so than you are. So meanwhile, Melissa's mitigating and building her fan base up by creating a podcast and all this stuff, outlets to connect with the fans on other bases. And Teresa doesn't have that. So now she's doing that with Louis's help, because he's digital marketing guy. Watch the face. And or Jen Shaw 2.0, as we like to call him. And basically, you know, he's going to be really, really clever at all this. So he's going to be able to help her, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that Melissa was a little bit younger. She was a little bit more into Instagram and Twitter. And she, like Teresa, we didn't understand the value of social media 5-7 years ago. You know what I mean? Not like it is now. So by the time Teresa got caught up, she started this podcast with Melissa Feaster. And I love the podcast. It seems to get a lot of reviews. I feel like Melissa Feaster is a good person to interview Teresa for some reason. She gets a lot of information out of her that we don't normally hear. But yeah, I think Melissa's been building I call them like her military, Melissa's military, her keyboard military.
Yeah, no, Melissa's Melissa, so you know, I know. And she is from the Food Network. She used to be on that, and she was like kind of a professional type host person. And then she had her own show called Side Piece, but it was lacking something, which was she really needed a celebrity collab person. She did really well with it. I mean, she got a lot of people on the show, and she worked really hard on that show. And then I could tell that it was hard. You know, she needed somebody to like ground her with like tea, right? But because she's a professional, like in terms of the way that she conducts interviews and all that stuff, she's great for Teresa, because she can just keep it very like, let's talk about this, let's talk about, but not push it too far. But like, you know, and she's been a great, and she's a really nice person.
She is. She's so nice, hard worker, and super humble. Like, you don't see that much in this Bravo community. So for sure.
Yeah, she's super nice. All right. Okay. So let's talk about tonight's recap, shall we?
Sure.
Let's go with the beginning. You know, I know that we start sort of with this discussion of Jen Fessler. Jennifer Aiden is still doing this weird thing where she's saying that like she was calling everybody for some sort of advice, but in the process was bad mouthing them, which is so evil genius. Like, wow, this lady, holy crap, is she evil genius? And so like, I would never have thought, I would have just been like, I just called and talked shit about you. Like, I would have never thought to say, no, I actually was talking about this. But I was also talking shit about you. I would never even think to do that. That's genius stuff.
She's just multitasking. You know how multitasking.
I mean, it was brilliant. I would have been like, oh, okay, well, no, I just talked shit about you. I would have lost right there. Like, she really ninja.
Yeah.
You know, But yeah, so she somehow makes it that she's calling about a nose job. You know, everybody has a bad nose job, Rachel and Jen, and she's calling about that. And so we start this episode off kind of rehashing out that she really called about the bad nose job, but ended up bad mouthing Dolores with Fuda. And then with the other person, Jennifer Fessler, she's looking for marriage counseling because her marriage is crap. And basically, she wants some advice. And in the process of that, she drags Marge and she says, be careful. And, you know, she's a master manipulator and all this stuff. That's where we start. So go ahead.
And I thought, okay, can we go to the lunch with Jen and Melissa? Because that's where I like.
Yeah, go where your brain remembers, because the other stuff is BS anyway.
First of all, Danielle Cabal, I can't say her. Is it Cabral or
Cabral?
Cabral. Okay. I want to really like her. Did you know that she was on that Staten Island I Want to Be Famous MTV show? Okay. And then did you also know she did Britney Spears' Biggest Fan? Did you know that?
I didn't know she did that.
Yes, I have the clip. It's really, really old. She was like made it out of 3 contestants. She does this whole rap and she wins as Britney Spears' Biggest Fan. But she also did HGTV. Yeah, I know. HGTV. And they're who remodeled their whole house, right? So whenever Dolores came to the house and Danielle was having everyone over for mozzarella, and she's like, I hope nobody calls my house cute. Like, oh, it's so cute. And as soon as Dolores got there, she was like, oh, it's so cute. But HGTV was actually the ones that did the remodel on that because they also did that show after they got married. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. She was like one of those things like, I want to live in the city and he wants to live in the country. And we don't know where we want to live. Or is that House Hunters? Never mind.
I mean, it's something like that. I'm sure he's from like Vegas or out west. So that would make a little bit of sense, right?
That's hilarious. So they were on an HGTV show and they were on Britney's Biggest Fan. And of course, she was on that MTV show where she's the Queen of Staten Island.
Yes. Yes. And I just think that producers really pumped us up that she was coming on as like team Teresa and Jennifer. And I'm getting more like team, I want everyone to like me pretty much. Come to my house and I want to be friends with everyone. And I don't know. That's just the feeling I'm getting from her is that she wants everyone to like her and doesn't seem so interested in Teresa. And it was very confusing that last week she went to Melissa's store. Oh, I know the gossip. You remember Jackie in the outfit? Jackie tells Danielle that her outfit looks like she pulled it out of the hamper, right? And that's
and she goes,
yes.
And she goes, are you trying to attack me? And she goes, no, I talk like that. Yeah. I can reenact it for you guys.
The outfit came from Envy.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I told my people I was coming with tea for y'all. So yes. The outfit was an Envy outfit, which I believe because she went to Melissa's store and saw all the clothes and helped do an order, and has her own line of like bougie kids or whatever it is.
Yeah, they connect on that level. Yeah, totally. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's really good tea. So she's actually not firm on any side. She came in hot on one side and now she's playing the field.
Mm-hmm. That's what I say. Yes.
I think that's really cool. That's really clever. Okay, so wait, we were at a lunch. What lunch are we at? Oh, Jen, you mean Jennifer, Aiden, and Melissa's lunch?
Yes.
Okay, you guys, this episode was really based in like there were like little tidbit family moments that we see, and like we understand that Rachel Fuda has a really cool nana who's like traditional, Italian, and then she's got the Jewish mom that's like in her face and she wants to have more kids. That theme is still there. but the dad wants to, it comes out in this episode that Rachel Fuda's husband had an ex partner or wife that had some sort of issue that he got sole custody of the son. And so he was super tight being the mother and father for the son. And then he met Rachel, and Rachel gave him 2 more children, but he's really protective of that relationship with the son. And so although she wants him more children, she's got to be conscious that she doesn't kind of push through that. Like, she was talking about maybe wanting another boy, and his son was like, there's not even room for me in the car, like going to the Jersey Shore where we go or whatever. So like, she has to be careful that she doesn't alienate the husband and the son by doing that, because he's protective over him because he's got the disadvantaged situation. And then we see, Danielle's living her best life. She's the over the top, let me be the stereotype of New Jersey and Staten Island and Britney Spears' best fan. And because she's good at being whatever she has to be, apparently. And so we see her life, and she's going to take us in this episode into how Barbies, which, she knows I love. So she's won me over right there. But so she's doing a Barbie party, and she's training her daughter to be extra. And that's her whole thing. And her meaningful story, which is a theme in this episode, is that she's had this falling out with her brother that we learn in an earlier episode over an Instagram feud. And she also has this desire to have her children have this over the top birthday party because her birthdays weren't great, I guess. Right?
Yeah. She said her parents fought really bad. Like, they couldn't get along. They were divorced, and they didn't start getting along until she had her oldest son. Yeah. So that was like a little bit of the side action that we're getting at the beginning of the episode. We also see that Melissa at the beginning of this episode is sitting with her daughter. She's helping her drive her car. Her daughter says that Joe is a better teacher than her mother, Melissa. Melissa uses this opportunity to tell her to not turn on Teresa Giudice, Auntie Teresa, because she says, like, I don't want to bring you into the adult business. And are you seeing your cousins? And she says, yes, we just don't talk about you guys and fighting. And so we see that moment. And I think Bravo's purpose in this edit is to show that allegedly, and I say allegedly because it's an edit, Melissa does not want, her parenting style is not to involve the kids, whereas Teresa's parenting style is to make her kids really outspoken, and they are outspoken. They can't help it. So they're going to talk shit. Like, that's just the way it is. That is a great perspective. I did not think about it. You're exactly right. That's exactly what they're doing. Did you know that Donna Marco, who is Melissa's mom, there was a photo of Antonia in front of her Porsche for her birthday, and somebody commented and said, Antonia's as thirsty as Gia is. And Donna Marco replied, they are very different. And that was it.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm very. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And are you telling me that Melissa doesn't know what Antonia's out doing, or like she doesn't say, I stopped over and saw Melania, or we did this or that? Like, I don't know. I just don't buy that. I just don't. Do you?
No, I mean, my feeling about it is, Melissa's trying to protect her kids from the backlash of the fans.
That makes sense.
And Teresa is saying, look, you're going to be in the scene. The fans are coming. So you're going to face it, and you're going to do it. You're going to be like, you're going to just rock it out and be what it is. Like, own it, be it, you're in it or you're not.
Right.
So there's a little bit of a different thing happening. Maybe the kid's psyche, one can handle it and one can't.
Maybe.
I mean,
Well,
I don't know. I'm being deep here, but that's like a reality from the behind the scenes perspective. You know, being when we were doing the show, like there were dynamics with the kids that fans don't see that like you would want to take one and throw them in front of the camera and then another one you'd want to hide it. You know, I think it.
Sure. And like you have to think that Teresa's children lived a very different lifestyle. Gia was like a mom when Teresa went away for an entire year to 4 girls. And so I think that they have they're a little more hardened, if you will. I think they can take it a little bit more, and they've had to do it, you know, going to school with your parents, getting indicted and going to prison in the headlines, and then like mom gets indicted, goes to prison, and then dad comes home and you got to go through it all over again. Like that's a lot in a small school district in New Jersey, and if your parents are on national television, can you imagine? So I feel like they could handle anything after that.
Well, now you know why the reactions are so totally different. One is like a child. I don't want to take on a parental role in this. Like, I don't want to protect mommy Melissa because I'm a kid still. And I don't see that even as my role, right? And the other two are grown up and they're like, are you kidding me? I've been to the Clink. I've seen my parents there. I know what it's all about. I see this world for what it is. I'm becoming an attorney to fight for injustice because of my father. So I'm going to say whatever I think. And, you know, I don't care about Uncle Joe and all this BS Italian crap. I'm going to say what he really did.
Yeah, I agree.
Could be.
I think you're right on, 100% right on, 100%.
Okay, let's see what I'm like trying to see if there's any.
No, you're doing a great job.
Very young, scared to go through a drive-through. Yeah, exactly. That really is it's such a smart comment.
Yeah, that is.
It really is, because I didn't pick up on that obvious point. Yep. Since we're going deep here on DecaDish, Dana, tonight, we're going way deep. All right. I know it happens. I don't know, like the think tanks that come out of this stuff. Who knew? This is what we do in the Patreon. All right. So, that's the dynamics of all the backstories now that we've kind of shared with you. And then there's a moment where shockingly, and I'm going to turn this over to you, Jessica, shockingly, everybody, Melissa, I'm like, I'm going to lunch with them. Melissa and Jen meet up for lunch, and we're shocked at this because they aren't friends, right? And boom, here they are. And we're like, what is going to come out of this lunch? Go ahead, take it away, Jess. What happens?
Jennifer almost seems excited. She says several times that she is excited to be going to meet Melissa. She can't believe that they're going to be having lunch. And it seems like everything went okay, but it was very peculiar to me because hypothetically, Jennifer had already spoken with Margaret's ex-best friend. So she would have already known about the alleged affair, correct? Like, am I the only one that thinks that she would have had to have known, right? Yeah. And so she brings it up to Melissa, like she kind of like tiptoes around it and lets her know that she doesn't think that Margaret is such a great friend to her. And then she also on camera says, I heard that she tells you to leave Joe, like go get you a baseball player, like you can do better type comments. And think about it, because who was Melissa with when she was allegedly cheating? Margaret. Yeah, Margaret telling her to put her high heels on.
You guys, listen up. This is really good stuff, because this is the behind the scenes of the strategy that's playing out on camera, because we know that what's coming, you can hang up now if you don't want to ruin it, but what's coming is that Margaret is going to have said to someone or gossiped to someone that then told Jen that Melissa was cheating with a guy after a press junket that Margaret and her were at. So it makes you wonder what the hell everybody's mindset is going into this lunch. They're pretending to be friends at this lunch. Melissa is sitting there kind of like, what is this all about? And Jen goes, well, I want to tell you that maybe Margaret isn't your friend. She starts the seed like you said. I want to say and then she makes a BS reason. She doesn't drop the bomb. Right. She says, well, he said that you should be with a baseball player or something. I think she chickens out, honestly. That's what I think.
That's hilarious. She might have, because she does list like all the people that, because she's like, she's ran through a lot of friends. And Melissa's like, no. And Jennifer is like, yeah, like Ziggy and Danielle and the girl, what's her name? Laura Lee Jensen.
Yeah, Laura Lee Jensen.
Yeah. And so I feel like Jennifer is telling her without telling her.
Yes.
Brilliant. We see you, bitch. We know you was out there in that SUV. We know it. We're coming for you.
Oh my God. But I do think that lunch was set up for her to go further. Because sometimes, sometimes that happens. Mm-hmm. Sometimes the producers do this thing where they'll say, like, we want you to go out to lunch with this person. And you'll kind of feel like there's an expectation on you, right? Mm-hmm. But the producers don't articulate it. Mm-hmm. They don't say it clear enough.
Okay.
So you kind of go knowing you should say it, but you're like, you don't have that push that would be so perfect to really say a really hard thing. Yeah. So I'll give you an example. Like, I was set up for a lunch with Taylor and I was supposed to out her on her abuse at this lunch. And I was already decided I wasn't doing it because she told me that Russell would kill her and her kid and all this stuff, right? Well, I was like, I'm never doing it. Never doing it. Right. Okay. So I'm like, I'm already a dead meat anyway. I know this. I'm just like, whatever shiny shit I can throw around, I'm doing it. That's pretty much going to be Dana's legacy on this. Right. So what happens is I get there and I'm like, I know I'm sort of supposed to do this, but no one says to me, Dana, you got to do it. Go in there, say it. That would have maybe me like question my integrity and I would have just said it like an actor. Right?
Sure.
But they don't do that. They don't do that. They just go like, well, didn't you say that, this happened and maybe you might want to talk about it at lunch. It's like really so light. And so you go to lunch and you're like, should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I, should I? And it's like a real battle in your brain. It's not like the producers are going, do it. It's not like that. I wish it was like that. So I think Jen went in and she was like, am I going to do this? Am I going to do this? Am I going to do this? Because she knows too. She just had it happen to her.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
So she knows the damage. She's like, oh my.
Yes. You're right. So right.
She chickened out. I think she chickened out.
I think you're right.
They were like, holy crap, if Jen, who says anything's chicken out, this is going to be tough.
You're right. That's a great point. That is a great point. So who ends up saying it? The one who wants to be everyone's friend, right? That's who ends up outing it.
Danielle outs it? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Jennifer tells Danielle and Danielle outs it. Yes.
See, she was chicken. I told you. And I don't mean chicken in a bad way.
No.
I mean, she actually had a conscience is what happened. She couldn't do it. She wanted to do it. She, as much as she could throw like petty stuff around, the family card was too much for Jennifer Aiden. That's her Achilles. So that is what happened. Now we know. That absolutely is what happened. And now that I know that Danielle said it and not Jen, she didn't even ever get the strength to tell it.
Yes. Yep.
She went, in fact, I'll bet you behind the scenes, she went to Danielle and convinced her to say it because she couldn't.
I think so too. I think so too. But I think the timing is so bad though. Like the finale, the final party, like I don't know, the timing just seems so whack because that could have carried on through the whole season. That storyline could have made a lot of drama. So why would you drop it and then be like, okay, it's a wrap. See you at the reunion. Like, what?
Oh, you mean in terms of that there was the cheating? Well, she could have what they probably wanted her to do was to say something to the effect that, how's everything going with your marriage?
Mm-hmm.
How's everything with Joe?
Mm-hmm.
Like a little more of that.
Yes.
For the buildup of it. Like, but the producers don't always know the direction everything's going in either.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It depends on who your producer is and how good he is.
That's crazy.
I know. It is. It's totally crazy, but it's so true. Some producers are better than others.
I believe that 100%. Carlos King. He's like on how many, when they do like the top 10 Housewives episodes ever, he's on like 7 of them, I think, or 5.
Yeah, because he knows he would say things like, do this, do that. That's like, I was like, where's that guy? Give me him. I had some girl. She was hell.
Oh, poor
I know. No, I actually had a boy. I had Chris, and then I had a girl. She was not good. Okay. All right. So let's talk about after this lunch, nothing really happens except the seed is planted that Melissa Gorga is been told by Margaret that she might be able to do better with a ball player. And that's like the idea. And that her relationship may not be as strong as like she thinks, and Margaret could have betrayed her is what we're left thinking of that scene. Mm-hmm. And then we jump to Teresa trying on wedding dresses. Yeah.
It's New Jersey. I mean, that's how it is. It's New Jersey, right? And I also a little bit of more tea about the wedding dress designer that she wore. Tamra,
the guy who's in the show tonight, the one that she said you're so good looking. Yeah.
Is that Tamra said that he made her dress like exclusive for her. She kind of dogged Teresa a little bit, honestly. Like after Teresa was on the 2 T's in a Pod podcast, Tamra was like talking about the wedding, like the next episode, and said that they had the same designer, but he made her dress, specific to her, and Teresa's wasn't. So,
well, her veil was. To be fair, he did a veil for her that was like her parents saying or whatever on the tombstone.
Yes. I loved that. I didn't know that because this was like before we saw the season even started. Tamra.
Tamra, you're so petty, bitch. You're such a petty bitch. Okay.
Oh,
I know. All right. I don't know. That's when I can't.
You're so funny.
All right. So Teresa's trying on her dress. The daughters are there. They get emotional about the parents passing away. But the key line here and why they left the scene in the edit, because they might have cut it because it was like, Andy doesn't have time for that, was the girls said, if your brother doesn't go to your wedding, forget him. That's it. Cut him off. So the daughters say this to Teresa. Mm-hmm. So this is setting it up that if the brother doesn't come, cut him off, So that's where we go with that's why they do the wedding dress scene. Okay. Let's see what else happens. Okay. Then we go to a lunch at Jennifer Fessler's house. Yes.
What do you think of Jennifer Fessler? More importantly, what do you think of her?
Oh gosh, what do I think of her? They don't know how to use her. This is a typical problem with the producers of the show. They have a certain person that they know how to use. Like there's like a prop person. When I say a prop person, like a Teresa, you're like, do this, do that, go there, go that, and she just you know? Okay. And then there's these people that are like larger than life. And the producer's like, you know, says a few things and the person just goes like, da, 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 you know, and they go off on a whole thing. And then there are these people that actually are interesting, but they don't know how to like integrate them into those two types of people. And unfortunately, those people get destroyed on the show. And that is a Jennifer Fessler. She's got great one lines. She's got a really nice house. She's got, you know, she definitely would stand up for a friend. She would bring the drama, but they don't know what to do with her, how to work her. And so she's just floundering.
Yeah, I agree. But why isn't she saying anything about Marge's ex-best friend? You know what I mean? If she's Marge's friend and Marge was also friends with Laura Lee Jensen, wouldn't they have all hung out a lot? I mean, according to Margaret and Laura Lee, they've been friends their entire lives. So I don't know. I don't know about Margaret. There's something sketchy there.
Do you think that you're saying that you don't understand why Jennifer Fessler was more loyal to Margaret?
Like, why isn't she talking about Laura Lee Jensen? Like, why doesn't she have an opinion on her? As in, like, she was never a good friend to Margaret or just anything. She doesn't say anything on the situation. And it seems strange to me because if you've known Margaret a long time and you've known her associates, you would know this woman. And you're not saying one or the other about her. Like,
I know why.
I know
why. Because the editor, they originally shot with her. And something happened and they didn't get like a clearance or something to use her scene. Something happened, right? Because there was a sit-down lunch. You don't think they covered that? The basis of this whole freaking thing? You think they just said, oh, forget that. We're just not going to include that lunch. No, they definitely had her at that lunch. And something happened that they couldn't get her to give them a release or use the footage, or it was like introduce her as a big character, but she's not being paid to be on the show. So how do you follow the storyline now? Because you guys won't accept that someone really big comes on and then they're taken. You're like, where'd she go? I liked her, you know? I mean, look at that girl on Salt Lake City that did the insurrection in season 2. She's on like one scene, but she's like super funny. A lot of people were like, where'd she go? You know, you can't it's really dangerous to bring a character for Bravo onto a show because the fans might like them.
Yeah, wow.
So what I think happened is they filmed it. Something fell apart in that relationship. And then they didn't want to bring her name into it. So she becomes this mysterious friend of Margaret that everybody goes out with and knows of and says all this crap, but we never really know who she is. And so it's possible that Jen Fessler did say her name and did have a scene where she said, what a bitch, but they cut it.
That's a great point.
So they didn't bring her name in.
That's a great point. What is your opinion on, like Frank trained the new girl, Rachel Fuda, and his current girlfriend, Brittany. Like, they were training at his gym. He met them, and then he trained them for their, like, competitions, and then started dating the one, and then Rachel got on the show. I found that interesting for some reason. I don't know. I just
Frank definitely brought her in. I mean, obviously, that's how.
I found a really old photo of Joe Gorga and John Fuda.
What?
From like 2012, maybe. Oh yeah, girl, I'm a bull. I'm telling you, if something ever happened.
How the hell did it? What? So how do they know? You know, maybe he did. Okay, so you know her husband runs a valet company,
right?
You know that.
Well, I didn't. Oh, okay.
Okay, her husband owns King Valet.
Okay,
that's how they make their big bucks.
Well, I heard the tile thing, like his family owned the tile company and they changed their name, yada, yada, yada. But yeah, I found an old photo of him and Joe Gorga from like 2012. And if anything ever happens to me, you better get my cell phone. I'm going to leave my PIN code in an envelope that says do not open unless like something happens to me, because I have a vault of old stuff on people, I swear.
Well, we'll put it in the Patreon, like with like an honor to you, a plaque. Well, I mean, that is interesting. Let's put it this way. Joe Gorga's best friends with Frank Catania, really, in true life, you know, they're really tight. And so I would imagine that with the endorsement and recommendation of Frank Catania and Joe being from like, you know, the same world, sort of, they probably have some overlap. And that was maybe them, you know, ingratiating Rachel Fuda in.
Yeah, possibly. Very
Yeah.
possible.
It's possible. I mean, she's a trip. She's a trip. You guys like her?
Yeah, I actually like her more than I thought I would like her, to be honest. I think like her little scene with the daughters, and she like cried about her miscarriage, and I cried a little bit, and like the husband told them to stop shooting. He's like, my wife needs a minute, she's crying. Like, I don't know what he thought, like they were just gonna, but it was like very endearing, and I thought that was super sweet. So I like her so far.
I like her too. She like I didn't want to like her, but I liked her. I kept being distracted by her nose.
I know.
It's awful, but I'm sorry, it's true. I can't lie. It was her and Jennifer. I go nose, 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 nose.
I mean, I just don't. It is your nose. Like, can't you fit?
It's right here.
Fix the Botox.
I mean, you got all the money in the world. You got a nose that's like a pointer tool. All right. Yeah. I know. It's not nice. It isn't. I'm not being nice right now. All right. Let's see. So we go to, we've done that. Oh, should we talk about the Barbie party?
If you want to. You talk Barbie. You love Barbie. Tell us all about it. Tell us.
Okay. So this Barbie party, I hate to say it, I think it trumped my $60,000 Real Housewives of Beverly Hills tea party that we did. Remember Allison in Wonderland season 2? It was $60,000 4-year-old birthday party. It broke some records at that time. Right?
It was gorgeous. It was beautiful. There were horses, tables set up, women in hats.
I did that party, you guys. I was the event coordinator. You'll see me with brown hair pregnant. You won't recognize me, but it's me. And see, actually, that was season 1. Oh my God. Anyway, the point is that I believe that the Barbie party that Danielle threw trumped that party because it was so awesome. It had the sparkle, it had the pink, and it was just, I loved it. I loved it, loved it, loved it so much. Okay, so that was my favorite. Was there any real drama that happens in it? Not really.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
I'll tell you what really was tough on the show. They would have you do these beautiful events and parties, and you'd be going to them and you'd be saying, how the hell am I supposed to fight with someone here? Like, how am I supposed? I remember they were like, Lisa said that Taylor has an eating disorder. Go and tell Lisa that she's a bitch. And I was like, how the hell do I even do that? Like, there's a party here. It's loud. Like, I don't even know her. Like, I got to get to know her first. Like, I don't even know her to hate her. Like, you got to go up and they want you to be like, really, you know, you have to be like instant friends. You have to figure out how to do that. It's tough. You know, sure. I really feel for it because so at that Barbie party, Rachel Fuda goes in with the expectation that she's got to take out Jennifer Aiden, who's a pro, right, at fights. And she's going, how do I have my kids here, have my, have all these kids around me, have the music loud, all this crap, and still perform as what you guys want to see, which is the drama. And that, unfortunately, that was all event and a total dud in terms of storyline.
I agree. That's a great explanation of what happened there. I definitely agree with you. Can we talk about Dolores though? Because we haven't talked about her at all tonight.
Oh my God, I forgot about Dolores. I mean, Dolores is just like with Paulie somewhere. By the way, Paulie's a mysterious guy, lives in a condo, has a Rolls Royce. Huh?
What do you think of it?
I mean, I don't know. I can't figure him out. I know he
like,
runs
she's like, I haven't done my deep dive and ran.
No, I did.
Oh,
I did. That's why he's mysterious. He has a plumbing business, but yeah, he has like a plumbing business, but like somehow he makes a lot of money. So like maybe he has like a series of plumbing things.
She told everyone he was an electrician. She told everyone that he was a high-end electrician. Like he worked for like this, like a big city, like the county. Like he did like their big industrial jobs. Specifically, she said that. And I don't know if it was
maybe he has that kind of a company. I don't know. I did figure it out. It was a while ago.
Oh, crazy.
I thought he was a plumber, but electrician, same thing to me. It's like a utility company. You know, you need it. You have to have it. It's important.
Yeah, absolutely. I just get a little bit of a weird feel because he's like so hateful towards Frank. I feel like for no reason really. I mean, they haven't even been together that long. Like, I understand you set healthy boundaries, but like, I don't know. I don't know.
I just wonder about any man who has a Rolls Royce but lives in a condo. I mean, do you know, like in LA, we have a joke. Like a guy gets in his Ferrari, goes out for the night, blows $1,000 and drives home to his like 1-bedroom apartment and like a walk up. Okay.
Yes. But I just feel like maybe Dolores is footing the bill a little bit more than we know or anyone knows, probably because she has it to give at this point. She hasn't been with anyone all these years. She's been flipping houses, making money, not really spending money. And I think she is happy to do it. If you know, she needed a man. She needed a man to film with. Like she was out of point. She wanted it.
He's Irish. Irish men will never, ever let a woman pay.
You think? Okay, we'll have to.
No way. But here's what I will say is sus.
Okay.
I will say that he's supposedly from Dublin, but how does nobody know about him and no one reporting on him in Dublin? Because if he was really from Dublin, everybody in Ireland in the papers would be going ballistic to write stories about how he's from Dublin and everything is, and they'd be jumping on that like crazy, but not one thing. So is he really from Dublin or is he just American Irish? I don't know. It's weird. Because I have never heard of any housewife of any level being with someone from their foreign country and their papers don't write about it.
That's a great point, Dana. That's a really great point. I agree with you.
And they did their group trip there. They went back there.
Yes.
They covered the housewives there. They covered them being there, but not like, it's Paulie, our friend Paulie. He's back in town. And let's talk about it. You know, that's my Irish accent.
Look at the Irish.
Let's go to the pub.
Drink us some beers. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Well, you look great, by the way. You look so skinny. You've lost a lot of weight.
I haven't lost any weight. Okay, it is so, you guys. First of all, I want you all to know that because the diabetes shortage of Ozempic is over, because they've figured out that the world and Hollywood wants Ozempic, that all these, like they got rid of that. So there is no shortage now, right? So I was like, okay, because I told everybody out here, I was like, as soon as you can get it, that like it doesn't hurt anyone, I'm getting it. Because I want to be thin. Who doesn't want to be thin? Hello?
Right.
Okay, guess what? You can't get it. You can't get it. No, they ask all these questions and they're like, you're too thin. You can't have it. Then they give you some other crap that you don't want. So I think either people are getting this from doctors that shouldn't be giving it, just saying. I mean, really, right? Or like maybe not everybody's on Ozempic that's saying it. I don't know.
I wonder if they have like a generic that's floating around. You hate to say that, but I don't know. I mean, you just don't know with people. I would go more with doctors giving it that shouldn't be, because we saw that with the heroin epidemic and opioids and Oxycontin. And we saw doctors definitely writing scripts like that. So I think that if you found the right doctor, you absolutely could.
Well, I mean, give me his name.
You probably will get somebody.
You know what I've been doing, you guys? All I've been doing to lose a little weight, and I'm still fat as F. But all I've been doing is I make this commitment to myself that every day I'm going to run or hike on my treadmill for 20 minutes, and I'm going to do 50 burpees, and that's it. And I'm like, if I can't do 50 burpees through, like, it could be hours. Like I'll do a video and I do 10 and it's not like I do it back to back necessarily, but I'm like, if I can't do those 50 burpees in 20 minutes, then I deserve to be fat and disgusting because that's ridiculous. Like, you know what I mean? So that's it. That's what I've been doing.
Well, I think that you can tell because like you have to watch the numbers, not everything. Your whole body shape changes when you start working out. You stop retaining water. Like you might have just been retaining water because your face, all of this is so skinny, Dana. I'm telling you.
I swear, it's all it is that I know it. Like, because I love salt. I love salt.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love it so much. It's terrible. All right, what else? Let's see. I think that's probably everything. I know, it's just so fun.
I know.
Let's see. Barbie party. Nothing really happened. I mean, what happened at the end? How could I not even remember the ending?
That's what I know. I didn't even get to see the clip for next week. That's what I was really waiting for, was the clip for next week. Did you get to see it? I didn't see them play it.
What was it?
I don't know.
Oh God, I did see it. It didn't even like made no.
I know. It's terrible.
It went big.
I think like my Instagram dinged something about like Tom-Toms. So I got distracted and didn't see the ending or something.
I did. You know what it was, you guys? You know what it was? It was the same. It was the same of the same. So it was like the same argument that we've been seeing a few episodes now. So I kind of tuned out. There was nothing new where you go, oh, and you come alive.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's interesting. It was nothing. It was the same.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And I hope that's not what we see all season.
Oh my God. Can I just say, oh, this is so funny. Patricia. Hi. Oh my God. I got to tell you something. Okay. About this. All right. Just really quick. Okay. So definitely Botox is a must at my age. So I'm not going to lie. Like I used to be like, well, you know, Botox doesn't really do anything. And then I get it. And people like a good Botox person, you can't go to just anybody or you look not great. Okay. You have to know someone. Yeah. You got to have someone who knows your face, right? Like not just your face. I mean, like the anatomy of the face is what I'm trying to say. Pam. Let me just show her. I love salt too. I know. She's like salt. Yeah, it's everything. I got it. Me too. I'm like salt like crazy. Okay. So like you got to go to a good Botox person because no matter what, when you come out of it, like everyone's going to be like, oh, you look so refreshed. Gee, did you get, what changed? Did you have a facial? Like, you're like, no, I had great Botox. Thanks. Okay. That's really important. Okay.
Yeah.
That's number one. Number two, dermaplaning. Okay. It's cheap. It's life-changing. You can find it. Oh my God. Okay. Let me tell you what they do. So some person takes like a razor blade and they take all of the fuzz off your face.
Okay.
But in the process of taking all the fuzz off your face, they take all the dead skin off your face. So your skin glows.
Oh, okay.
So you look like you have like the most amazing skin, like holy crap skin. It's the dermaplaning. You go like every 30 days. It's like epic. Yeah. It's not that expensive. Anybody could do it.
Okay.
And it's really like everything. And your makeup sits perfect. It just goes. Yeah. No, seriously. And they won't. And the dermaplaning people are really like OCD because they do this all day. You know, so they will like. So they'll make sure like you don't have any weird hair. They'll be like, can I do your eyebrow? Like they will get into it. So you'll look like really good. Yeah. Right now I'm growing my hair out.
It looks
great. I'm letting it get gray. So I bleached it and now I'm just letting it grow gray. And then I don't know what I'm going to do. I was kind of thinking I'd be like a White Walker. Do you remember White Walkers?
Yeah, why don't you do like a really, really, really light brown, kind of like what Dorit's doing?
Oh my God, I didn't see it. What'd she do? I'm blocked by her, I think.
She's like a light brown. She's like probably like a level 5, maybe 6, I would say, in some spots. And it looks amazing. And it would be easier probably on your grays because then you could just touch it up real quick, you know? Because I have a lot of grays too.
But so the problem is when you have, so my hair is kind of your color. But the thing is that as you get the gray, you start to look, it really does show a lot. So the blonde hides it.
Sure.
But it gets, you know, no matter what, it like you lose the ash. I'd love to do like, I kind of want to be like Lady Gaga with like the white hair. I do. I want to be weird like that.
I love
I know.
But it would be so hard to maintain because it would be so hard on your hair to bleach and keep it toned, and you would be at this a lot, I think.
So I'm going to just let it grow and see what happens. And if it looks really ugly, then I guess you guys will tell me. And we'll just go with it.
Don't worry. Somebody will tell you.
Oh, I have been using one thing that's really cool that's cheap. So I went to an ABC shoot and I was doing a special that is coming out soon.
I was telling about it, but I didn't know. I just said that I knew you were working on something very important. So that's all.
So what I learned though was that if you put rosemary in your scalp, there's this liquid, it's $9 on Amazon, and you put it every day in your scalp. It helps women keep their hair thick. You know, we get thin as we get older. So I'm just saying cheap and you could do it.
Yes. Peppermint oil is supposed to do that as well. That's why that tea tree line feels kind of eucalyptus-y, because allegedly peppermint is supposed to help your hair too. Oh, I love shit.
Okay, ready? Let's talk about, let's see, Nick. Nick, I can't believe you're here. I'm so happy. How's LA? Did you find out any Vanderpump gossip? You know you're on the case.
Don't come back till you.
No, totally, Nick. It helps men too. So it stimulates the scalp, but the way they use it in for movie shoots and fashion shoots is they put a little like this and they do this, but it doesn't give you the greasy look. But if you want the hair growth, you put it in your hair like this, or you shampoo it in, and it's only $9. Yeah, we'll smell good together. It smells good. I don't know. I took it to my facialist and told her to shove it in my hair. Let's see what she says. I went from black to blonde using L'Oreal. My hair is long and platinum, not too much bleach in the dye. Yes. I love boxed color. Hello. I love it. It changed my life. I used to, in Beverly Hills, you guys, I went to Uber. I went to everyone that was the top guy. I used to pay like $1,000 for my hair to get done. I swear. Now I'm like, box 20 minutes, rock and roll. And I swear, I don't think it's that different. I know that's terrible for me to say.
It's not.
I don't believe it's different. I actually got more damage from going to these guys that wanted to do so much special shit to my hair. They fried it, you know, and like even the extensions, they'd be like, these extensions don't damage your hair. And I'd have like Goldilocks, you know, but they totally damaged my hair. I had to like, oh my God, Beverly Hills killed my hair. No joke. Let's see. Wow. Yes. Do you treasure that damn hair, Shay? Treasure it.
Yes.
She says, no, Shay, it's a mistake. It's a mistake, girl. Anyway, so well, I hope you had so much fun tonight. Let's do one more check and see if anything came in. Just
yeah, please do. And then I want to have you on my channel. I just want to bring you on for something special. When's your ABC special? Do you know anything about, is it going to be a couple months or soon?
We'll talk offline.
Okay.
How about that?
Sorry, guys. I tried to get y'all to teach.
Wait, here, before you go, Bravo Snarkside just posted this. Thank God she's on it. Look, that is the case. It's Bravo Snarkside. She just posted the case number against Sheena. Yes, it's real. Civil harassment prevention. This is what she's a restraining order. No, it wasn't granted. It's filed. So maybe she's filing it just for like attention.
Yeah, Monique and Candace, Real Housewives of Potomac. It's a repeat of Monique and Candace. Yeah. Real Housewives of Potomac. Remember, Candace sued Monique, and then Monique sued Candace.
But I just don't understand. Again, it's like, all I want to say is, let's just remember this. Okay, this is really hard to do drunk. Kristen cheated on Tom with Jax, but Kristen said that Tom cheated with Ariana on her.
Oh.
And then Sheena cheated with Brandy Glanville, slut pig, husband.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And James Kennedy, I think, cheated on a lot of people, right? Didn't he?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. And Tom Schwartz cheated on Katie, and Tom Sandoval, he cheat on anyone?
I don't know.
Till now.
I don't think so. I think he was like the good Tom.
Oh my God, he's fallen from grace. All this cheating has ruined him.
Woo! It's getting juicy out here.
Okay, I want to ask you one last thing before we go. Raquel, is she a mastermind villain or is she just a dummy?
She's a psycho fan. She's a fan. She is Ilaria. You know, Ilaria Baldwin, that's born in Connecticut. She's Spanish, and she, I mean, come on.
No, she was from Boston. She was from Boston. How do you say tomato? And then she was like, Akatan, Harvard Yard. Yes. Get that out of the drawer. And then she's like, how do you say cucumber?
Thank you for remembering. I wanted to say that, but I didn't think you knew what I was talking about. Yeah, she tried to act like she didn't know how to say cucumber. So, I mean, I think that's the track Raquel is slowly working up to. That's my opinion. She's going to be the next Ilaria.
Well, here's my hope. And I hope I'm not hated for this, but I'm going to say it. I believe that there needs to be a casualty of war here. we need collateral damage. Somebody's got to go. Yeah. So I want to see someone plucked out to see the mayhem that creates amongst the cast members, because the anger, what good, bad, or indifferent that it creates will be awesome. Yeah. But if they keep everybody in play, it's just not going to have any meaning.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you, Dana, 100%. That's a good, I agree with you, because if not, it's just going to end up as chaos. It's just going to be chaos and too hard to follow, too many people for other, like, people that haven't watched Vanderpump that's hearing all of this and maybe they want to start watching. They're not going to be able to, I mean, you know, it would take forever to understand everything, their dynamic. So I think you're right. I do. I think you're right.
I mean, maybe someone needs a timeout.
Yeah. I love a time. I love a good timeout.
I'm like, my Dr. Evil. All right, listen, I love you, Jess. I had so much fun. Thank you for keeping me on the rails. When I drink, not always happening.
No,
I don't do drinking lives too much.
No, you're amazing, hilarious. I love coming on your show, and I'm gonna get with you. I know you're so busy, so when you get done with your ABC
Whenever
stuff,
you want. I'm not that busy. I do a show every day now, so I'm like, no problem.
Damn. Okay. All right. Well, I gotta get my on. All right.
Listen, my patrons keep me busy. They have high expectations. Like, I literally like eat, breathe, and sleep. You know, like the most challenging guy. I'm like, how can I blow everyone's mind again? You know, I need Lisa and Ken to shout, goodbye, Toms. Bye, Toms. Time out. How about some new meat? Let's bring some new hot men on the show. It's not like it's lacking in LA. We could do better. I mean, I think everybody's gotten like a little lazy. I know Ken. Okay, Ken's like, darling, you don't have to cast anymore. If it's not broken, don't fix it. No, we need to break it. We need to break it. We need to bring in some fresh meat and let the old timers and the fresh meat fight for the floor.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree with you. I think you have some great ideas. Bravo needs to put you on payroll.
Tell me about it.
I know.
I always feel like I could produce this way better.
Yeah, there's probably a producer listening to you, taking all of your advice back to Bravo and taking credit for it. Shit.
Yeah, they're in the Patreon. Yeah. Figuring out next month's storyline. All right, here we go, you guys. I'm just showing your last little bits here. LVP is wrapped up in business and will try to salvage. Yes, she will. Yes, she will. Mm-hmm. Bravo needs to step it up. They play below deck all day. Ew. What? Not all day. I mean, a little bit, okay, but let's not get nuts here. Really? Do they really? I guess I don't watch Bravo otherwise than the shows that we watch, right?
Yeah, no. Mm-mm. Nope.
I know I need to run Bravo. Move over, Andy. There's something leaner. That was a bacon commercial. You guys won't get that because you're too young, but that was like a really famous bacon commercial. All right. Bye, you guys.
Bye, guys.